Hello my lovely air signs, this is Turquoise Tarot here. I'm going to be providing you with a general reading regarding the solar eclipse that I believe is set to take place on March 8th. I have read on astrology blogs and astrologers' YouTube videos that this solar eclipse marks some fresh new beginnings for us, and also really it marks a new time, a new phase for us where we gain some fresh new perspectives depending on where this solar eclipse falls in your chart. That'll be the area of focus for you. So it's something that's supposed to be very healing, very mending. I know that a lot of us, well, all of us, all of the signs have been dealing with some challenging energies, and I feel like this solar eclipse marks a new fresh beginning for a lot of us, and really is an energy that pushes us forward so that we can begin the next phase or the next cycle that we are to begin. We're taking with us the knowledge and wisdom that we've gained from our past experiences, and we're leaving the old in the past. And if I can think of a card that represents what I'm trying to explain, I would say it would be the Fool card, beginning anew. So I'm just going to shuffle here for a moment and focus on your energies. And while I shuffle, I just want to say I really appreciate all the positive feedback and love and comments. I'm so glad that for a lot of you these messages are resonating, and I hope that they provide you with the clarity and insight that you are needing presently. And I hope I can continue to provide that here on YouTube. Please, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe if you enjoy this video. And if you'd like information on a private reading, I will be posting my website in the information box below this video. So with all of that said, let me go ahead and just shuffle, and we'll see what messages we get in the spread. Oh, how funny is that? I was shuffling and this card flew out, and it's the Fool card. Isn't that so crazy? I think this is meant to be out, so I'm going to leave it there. I was going to fold it back in, but when I saw it was the Fool card, nah, it's meant to be out. I called it. Give me just a moment. Air signs. Air signs. Cut the deck. So the first card we have is the Ten of Wands. We then have the Queen of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Star card, Death, the Hierophant, and the Hermit. For overall energies, at the bottom of the deck, I have the Two of Cups. So, I'll tell you, first and foremost, one of the messages I'm getting is a lot of you a lot of you air signs have been dealing with some very challenging energy. Like I said in the beginning, we all have, just in different ways. And in this particular reading, I feel that this is speaking to people who are having trouble with their long-term commitments, relationships, or partners, possibly even marriages, because I have the Hierophant here. So there's been some burdens, there's been some overwhelming energy, and this man, as you can see, is hunched over in this card, carrying these wands. It's like, it's unbearable at this point. He needs to put these wands down. He needs to take a rest. It's just too much. He's not going to make it up all those stairs to that castle or wherever he's going. He's so overwhelmed, okay? And I feel that for a lot of you, this can be involving a possible water sign. And it's represented here in this Queen of Cups. So this can be a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Cancer sign. And I feel as though this person may be a little rigid, sharp-tongued with you, not really concerned with your feelings, possibly more concerned with their feelings and their emotions and how things are affecting them on an emotional level. And this is where the overwhelming burden comes in. This can be a situation where we have a third party meddling in your relationship. This doesn't necessarily mean, I don't want to right away say, oh, this is, you know, someone's cheating, because that's not typically, I mean, it can be that, but it can also mean that just someone is meddling in your relationship. Can be in-laws, it can be a friend, coworker, you know, someone that is involved in your life and in your partner's life, and maybe giving advice, maybe giving the wrong advice. This can also, to me, speak to friends who are there and supportive and loving towards you and helping you get through this difficult time, okay? Now I see that underneath the 10 of Wands, we have the 7 of Pentacles. And this is saying that you're taking some time out and you're reflecting on your past and you're reflecting on your decisions, you're reflecting on choices that you've made. You're trying to decide whether or not these choices have been best suited for you or in your best interest, serving your higher good. I also see this as, you know, this man, he looks kind of sad in this card. It's like you're reflecting on things that have happened, and you're not too happy or satisfied with the way things have turned out. I feel like that message is for some of you. And for others of you, it's really that you're just reflecting and you're thinking to yourself, you know, I want to do things differently this time. I want a fresh beginning. Typically, in the Rider-Waite deck, we see a man reflecting on these pentacles, but he also has a new, fresh pentacle at his feet. And he's trying to decide if he wants to invest that pentacle at his feet the same way he has with the other 7, or if he wants to do something new and plant it elsewhere. So I see this as your energy as well, having some new opportunities that are going to be coming into you. I think intuitively you feel this, you know this, things are changing, you're feeling the change in the air, and you're deciding you just want to do things differently than the way you have, okay? Now the Death card underneath this 7 of Pentacles, the Death card is all about transformation. So this is saying, again, you're reflecting on your past, you're realizing it's been a heavy burden, it's been very challenging, and you're deciding that, you know, this isn't going to serve me anymore and I want to do things a different way. So the Death card comes in this reading to say you are going through some personal transformation, and you're coming out the other side with stronger insight, stronger clarity, and more willpower and confidence in yourself. And I say that because in the center of the reading we have the Chariot. And this chariot, you see this warrior pushing this chariot, controlling it, and he has a mission, he has a goal, he has ambition, he has drive. Nobody's going to tell him that he can't go where he wants to go, because he is a force to be reckoned with. And he's a very confident man, and he's just driving this chariot into the wherever he's going, into the battlefield, into you know, past, I feel like I want to say past issues, past drama, past complications. I'm getting over this. I'm riding over it. I'm not going to allow it to defeat me anymore, like we see with the Ten of Wands. This is not going to be my energy anymore. That's not how I'm going to decide to move forward any longer. Instead, I'm going to be my own hero, and I'm going to change my perspective, and I'm going to be the strong, confident person that I know I can be, and I'm going to charge forward. Okay? Now, underneath the Chariot, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant says to me that there is some great spiritual awakenings that can be taking place with this transformation. Also, you may be getting back to your spirituality or your religion, and that will help you during this time of transformation, because we have the Death card and the Hierophant right next to each other. Okay? And on the other side of the Hierophant, I have the Hermit. So the Hermit on this side of the Hierophant is telling me, with mental insight, mental clarity, with going within and being introspective, I'm discovering new aspects of myself. There's a transformation taking place, and it's something of a highly spiritual nature for me, but also it's something that perhaps you are coming back to your spirituality to help heal this situation or help heal yourself. Okay? And also under above the Hermit here, I have the Star card. And the Star card is very beautiful when it comes to times of healing and times of transformation, because this is a promise that through this transformation we will be healed, our wishes will be granted. And it's also saying that if we look at this woman, she's gathering, well, she's pouring water in both this pool of water, but also on the land. But what I pick up from it is it's like she's gathering water from this pool and pouring it onto the land. She's planting new seeds and wanting to see new things come to fruition. So she's watering those things that she desires to see grow in her life. Okay? The Star being above it, again, a wish card. It's saying your wishes will be granted. It's a very, for me, this card also speaks to healing, because she's healing the ground, she's healing the soil, and these waters are healing waters. I don't know if you can see in this card, but when she's pulling the water out and pouring it on the ground, we see like stardust or something around this water. So it's like healing waters. So that's something that that being on top of the Hierophant card, I feel like it's saying this introspective work that you'll be doing, this transformation that you're going through, first of all, you have higher powers watching over you and helping you through this difficult time, because we have some major arcanas. I mean, we have 4 major arcanas here, 5 with the Fool, and that's speaking to external forces being a strong factor in what transpires, and also that it will have some long-term effects on us personally. So there's external forces here helping you heal, helping you mend, helping you grow, and helping you to move forward. Another message I want to say with this Hierophant card is the Hierophant is a man who is very wise, very knowledgeable. He's like the Pope in the tarot. And he's very much like the High Priestess. The difference between the two is the Hierophant acknowledges his wisdom and shares it with others, as we see with the 2 men standing before the Hierophant. So this says that with your newfound wisdom and understanding and knowledge, you are going to be speaking your new truth. You're going to be living your new truth. You're going to be honoring it and sharing it and possibly helping others through their challenging times because you've been there, okay? The 2 of Cups being the overall energy for me really just says this can be regarding a relationship. Again, it can be with a water sign. Doesn't necessarily have to be. They can just carry the characteristics of this water sign, which would be again, someone who's highly emotional, someone, and it's not, you know, this is just the negative aspects of the Queen, but it's someone who's highly emotional, overly sensitive, takes things too personally, can be pessimistic. You know, some of the positive qualities are someone who's very loving, nurturing, kind, sincere, but I feel like with the 10 of Wands and the Death card and the Chariot, I feel like this Chariot is moving away from the Queen of Cups and towards this Hierophant, okay? So it's like you're moving away from something that you know has been toxic or negative in your life, and you're moving towards a more safe, peaceful environment. This Hermit card and the Outcome card can also speak to perhaps you're in a relationship presently, but you know that it's not a healthy one, and the outcome may be that you decide to walk away with this newfound knowledge and wisdom and fresh perspective, and be in a place where you're single because you realize that, you know, you deserve better than what you've been getting. And again, the Fool card fell out. So the Fool card to me is all about new beginnings, new possibilities, new exciting endeavors, adventures. And I feel like this fresh perspective that you're gaining is going to be one where you let the past go and you start out as the Fool. Okay? So you've been through the rough of it. You've been through the trials. You've been through the challenges. Now it's time to celebrate life and enjoy yourself. And this fresh perspective you're gaining, I believe, helps you realize that it's okay to let go of some things that no longer serve you. In the past, you may have held on to them, but now you're realizing that you don't need to. They don't serve you. And you can actually gain more by leaving a bad situation and moving onward and upward. So with that said, I'm going to take these Vera Sevilla cards. We'll look at a couple of cards in the reading. Let's look at this Three of Cups first. Again, I just want to say that this is a general reading, so not all the messages will apply to everyone. I hope that everyone can gain something out of this and gain some more clarity and insight into their particular situation. I hope that it provides you with optimism and hope. And of course, this Three of Cups situation, whatever this Three of Cups represents, it may be a little different for all of us. But let's see what messages we get on this Three of Cups. I have alegría. This is happiness, happy pastimes. So I'm going to take that on the Three of Cups that fell out. So on this Three of Cups, I have happiness, happy pastimes. I have the Prisoner. And then I have disparse. This is the sad woman, mourning. Okay. So I feel like, since this is on the Three of Cups, I feel like you're coming out of this space where you have felt imprisoned or you felt trapped, either emotionally or mentally, maybe both. You've suffered with some sadness and some difficulties, possibly some loss. However, there is, again, both these cards speak to happiness. There's happiness of the heart to be found. Okay? There are happier times. There are things to celebrate. Let me look at the Two of Cups. That card just flipped over on its own. So on this Two of Cups, we have disgrazia. This is the misfortune. This could speak to the ending of a relationship. We have mercante, the merchant. So this can speak to contracts or agreements that we have or that we made. And then we have donna maritata. This is the married woman or woman with children. So this can say that there's been a misfortune regarding a contract with a married woman. Perhaps we're dealing with something where there's children involved and we're having to decide how custody will be arranged, and you know, that can be challenging. Let's look at the Fool card, since that one popped out. Okay, so on the Fool card, I have loyalty, fidelity. I have the Pinceniero, the thinker. And I have el ladro, the change. So, couple messages here. You're realizing your loyalty and fidelity is to yourself. You've been thinking and analyzing the situation, and you're making a necessary change so that you can begin again as the Fool. This can also be saying that you're questioning someone's loyal fidelity and you're making a change to move away from a bad situation and begin again. Okay? Let's look at the Death card. So on the Death card, I have the timid female, the letter writer. So this can speak to communications coming to you or you communicating with someone else. El Vidovo, this is the male widower who's reminiscing on his past and desiring things to be what they were. So I feel like this transformation is in regards to you not being so shy and timid with your feelings and being honest with someone. You're communicating that honesty, and even though you're desiring things to be what they were in the past, you're having this major transformation take place. And perhaps with this new perspective, you won't be so focused on the past, as we see here with the Seven of Pentacles above the Death card. But you're trying to decide how you're going to plant this new pentacle. Okay? So with that said, I am going to pull an oracle card just as an overall last message for your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. I really, truly am so grateful for all of you and all of your feedback. This card popped out, so I'm going to take it. It's card number 25. And I'm going to read the message here, and I'll pull up the card again so you can take a better look at it. It says, misleading illusion, confusion. What we experience and how we interact is often indirect and from a distance. Physical interaction that would normally have provided all of our senses an opportunity for feedback and assessment is now increasingly being replaced by virtual alternatives. From email and texting to social networking, our relationships are becoming increasingly defined by virtual interaction that can distort and substitute reality. We can now create multiple new identities. How we go about quantifying people and events is now increasingly based on new paradigms that can provide a false perspective both for viewed and viewer alike. So to me, this card just speaks of gaining that clarity this month, or I'm sorry, during this solar eclipse. So I hope that provided you with the messages you needed, and I will be back with more videos. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much, and enjoy your 2016. Bye.